I'm starting another book of the month backlog. So I decided for the premise of this one, how am I going to choose my books I want to read? My 9-year-old brother is going to pick them based off of the cover and the title. I have made it a graphic for him, and I'm like, here are your options. Here's all, I think, 19 options at this current point in time. And I'm going to have you pick 4 books out that you think I should read. Which one did you pick there?
Part of your world.
Part of your world, okay. That's one.
That one.
Which one? The X-Hex, okay.
The last party.
The Last Party, okay.
One more?
And one more, yep.
No one can know.
No one can know. All right, thank you. Yeah, so you guys can see the books he picked here. So he picked Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, which was May of 22's book selection, and obviously, clearly, I'm on top of things. But this is a bit of a chunkier one that he picked. He seems to have picked 2 chunkier ones and 2 not chunky ones. I say that though because this is like a 372 page length book. It just looks thicker than, quite a bit thicker than like the X-Hex, like you put them side by side. It just looks a bit chunkier. So he picked this one, which, from what I understand, this is, small town, big city type of vibes. So, I've actually never read an Abby Jimenez book, but I've heard great things about this one. This one's actually been sitting on my TBR for probably 4 or 5 months at this point. Well, I say that like in my TBR basket. It's obviously been on my TBR since I picked it out, but it's been sitting in my basket as a read next book for probably 4 or 5 months at this point. So then the second one he picked out, again, he 2 chunkier books and chunkier looking books, and 2 romances and 2 thrillers. So the other romance one he picked out is the X-Hex. I meant to read this one in October for a witchy vibe, but it's fine. I'll read it now. That doesn't bother me. And I basically picked this one because off the shelf, because the little blurb is off the book of the month shelf type thing, because it never mix vodka and witchcraft, and well, that sounds right up my alley. So again, not as chunky though. What did I say? 372 is the last one. I mean, this is probably about 100 page shorter. Yeah, 308. 308. So the next one he picks out, again, is a bit of a chunkier looking one, is The Last Party. I've heard mixed things. I've heard a lot of people skipped the month this was out, which was in November of 22. And again, clearly I am on top of everything, guys. This one, those are questions I will not look at. 403. Roughly 403 pages. So again, I mean, they're not super chunky, but compared to what the other 2 look like, they look chunky. And then the last one he picked out was my current one at the time of filming this clip, which is the December of 23 pick of No One Can Know. And I picked this one simply because I liked the cover. I like that shattered glass effect. I know nothing about it because I based everything off of the title. So again, this one's doesn't look as chunky. And I actually haven't read a Kate Alice Marshall, but I do have What Lies in the Woods. Okay, so this one is 324. So again, yes, he's picked 2 400 page books, and then 2 smaller ones. So that, I guess, is what he wants me to read. I guess I will maybe have to give him direction on which order I should read them in, or should I read them in the order that he picked them. I guess we will see what my brain decides. I picked up my first book for this vlog. It is The Last Party. This just happened to fit a TBR-a-thon prompt, so I mean, I fit all of them in TBR-a-thon prompts, but this one is coming first across my trail map out of my 4 Book of the Month books, so I decided this is the one we'll be starting with. So, summary. On New Year's Eve, Rise Lloyd has a house full of guests. His vacation homes on Mirror Lake are a success, and he's generously invited the village to drink champagne with their wealthy new neighbors. But by midnight, Rises will be floating dead in the freezing waters of the lake. On New Year's Day, Fun, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, I've been using their last name in my head, Morgan is their last name, has a village full of suspects. The tiny community is her home, so the suspects are her neighbors, friends, and family. And Morgan has her own secrets to protect. With a lie uncovered at every turn, soon the question isn't who wanted Rise dead, but who finally killed him. In a village with this many secrets, murder is just the beginning. Again, I do not know how to say this main character's name. If you guys do know, please help me in the comments with, like, a pronunciation guide. I'm guessing because it's in Wales, I don't understand how they pronounce things. And at one point, you know, I'm glad there was a clear pronunciation for the town name, because I was totally saying it like the character Leo was, which was cum-coed, but apparently it's cum-coid, which was very helpful in the book. Now, if we could just get that for the name, that would be great. I'm not very good with, you know, pronouncing things, so that would be great. Also, I think I mentioned before, this is like a chunkier one. I mean, the print's a decent size in it, and I'm like a solid 30 pages in. So I've just gotten to the part where our 2 main characters have slept together and given each other false names the night before, and then they have to work together the next day, which is, you know, a great plot for, like, some romance subplot going in there. Maybe they'll fall in love throughout this book, you know? Maybe we're going for a romance subplot here with the one night turned relationship trope. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I'm back. I needed a few days to process this book because let me tell you guys. Reminder, we're talking about this one. We're talking about The Last Party. I have not moved on yet. It was a solid 4 through most of the book. Let me tell you, a solid 4. And then we hit the last 80 pages. It's a 2. They did too much at the end. I don't want to say too much because it's spoilery, but, like, hello, Shelby. They did too much at the end. And also, I'm sorry, how are you going to start the book with our 2 main characters, the cops, having a one-night stand and the tension building between them the entire book for them not to end up in a relationship at the end of the book? How are we going to do that? Also, how are we going to bring the one's ex-husband back into the picture? And we're also, like, not going to get full resolution. I mean, we got full resolution on, like, the custody battle, but, like, so, still, like, the resolution was not very good. Now, we are going to talk spoilers because I really need to talk about the ending of this book. So, I will put a little timestamp down here for when you can skip to if you don't want any spoilers. Okay, so, end of the book. Way too much drama, let me tell you. So, how are you going to make this death this dramatic? And, like, what killed him? You know? So, the one is giving him, like, poison. It's in the envelope. So they know he has poison in him, but, like, they're like, oh my god, who did it? And then he gets, and I mean, one person's getting framed for it, his wife, and he gets bashed over the head by his mother. By his mother. And she thinks she's killed him. She did not. I mean, he's still breathing, but the girl who comes in to help him, which is the neighbor, is like, oh no, it's too late. We have to get rid of the body. You can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. I need to be there for my son. We can't go to jail. So they steal someone's boat, and that woman has possession of the poison. She did nothing wrong. And she gets framed because we steal her boat and we dump him in the lake. So what killed him? Was it the poison? Was it the bashing over the head? Or did he drown? Was he dead before he went into the water? We don't know. You know, like, he got bashed in the head, he's bleeding, and he was poisoned. Like, did he die? So, like, all those things contributed to it. But the main character's mom, I can't say her name. I'm sorry, I can't speak Welsh. Mother kills him. She's like set the whole thing in motion that night. And it's because she found out. Now this is another spoiler here. So Fifton's sister Seren is not actually her sister, it's her daughter. And the father is Rise, our murder victim, and Fifton's mom finds out, but Fifton's mom was raising Seren as her daughter, but also Seren ends up finding out in the book that, like, that's not her mom, and it's actually who she thought was her sister is her mom. But somehow Fifton's mom finds out that Rise is Seren's dad, because she was like a young teenager when this happened, and he was in his 30s. There's a great story of self-discovery in this, in a sense, and there's a great of 15 coming to realization with those emotions she locked down because of this, because, I mean, he sexually assaulted her. He did the R word, you know, like, and she wouldn't, like, admit it for a long time. So she does have that, like, realization that this is what happened, and she betters herself because of it, but we started this whole thing because of that. But what killed him? We're doing too much. And it'd be one thing if it was just like, you know, a revenge plot. Yes, I could see that. We did that, and then we also bashed him over the head, but we also may have drowned him. Like, we're doing too much. There's like it's too many plot twists right at the end of the book. And I wasn't vibing with that. So that's the end of my spoiler part. Rating. Like I said, it was a 4, and then it went to a 2 because of all the things that happened. It doing too much at the end there just wasn't for me. Like, if you're gonna put that many twists, I feel like you need to put them throughout the book. That would have made it more twisty. Instead, it was like, okay, I'm following along, and then bam, bam, bam. I don't. 1, 2 twists. Don't throw in 4 or 5. That's too much. That being said, I found out this is also part of a series. I can't see myself continuing this series because I did not like this book. And I just can't see myself forcing myself to read more of it, you know? But next I will be reading No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. It's going to be my first Kate Alice Marshall, and I am looking forward to it because I've heard this is a stay up and read all night type of book. So that may happen, but I am going to finish another book first. I think I need to get off my little bit of a thriller train. I've been on a thriller train since the beginning of the year, and I think I just need to switch gears for like a book or so. And I want to read a fantasy. So I'm going to switch over to that, and then I'll come back and I'll finish my next book of the month one. Alright, so I'm back with the XX here. I do have my dust jacket off, and it's that away somewhere in the kitchen. I am a good third of the way through the book now. I just got to chapter 11. It is going really well so far. So I've heard quite a few mixed reviews for this, and I'm vibing with it. Like, I'm enjoying it, and like I'm enjoying Vivi and Rye's relationship, which this thought popped into my head while I was reading this. Can we talk about how the last book I read for this vlog also had a main character named Rise? And I realize also at the same time they are both Welsh. And I did not pick any, I mean, I picked these books from Book of the Month, you know, but I did not pick to read these at this time. My little brother picked them, and like, I literally had him pick straight off the covers. Like, I put all of the covers in a Canva, and I was like, I just need you to pick 4. And so he flipped through them and picked them off the covers. And I don't know how, because then I didn't even read them in the order he picked necessarily. Because I had them in order from the way I got them, and he was flowing back and forth, you know. But how is it that I picked up The Last Party with the character named Rice, and then this book also has a character named Rice? Although in The Last Party, I really didn't like Rice. He was a dick. And not that Rice in this one isn't a dick. I mean, he kind of is. And I don't feel like this is a true spoiler because it's like literally revealed in a prologue. That he was gonna be he was having an arranged marriage with a different girl, like, and didn't tell Vivi until he was, you know, gonna leave to take care of it. So kind of a dick, but like not so much now. Like 9 years later, like he seems to be a fairly decent person now. And, you know, it sounds like he grew up, and I'm really curious on how this curse happened. Like, what was Vivi thinking when she cursed him? Because I mean, that's not what she verbally said. All this stuff was happening, but like all this stuff is now happening. And you know, overall, I'm really vibing with this. You know, I'm having such an enjoyable time, and I like all of the characters in it so far. Like, there's not a character that I don't dislike. I mean, I guess you could kind of argue Rye's dad Simon is kind of like a dickwad, but like when in Yang's the bank, you know, he was trying to get his son arranged marriage. So I don't know really what you expect in that instance. I mean, he's a dick, but like I said, I'm really enjoying it though. I'm curious though if we will ever meet Rye's other brother, because we met the oldest one, and then he has another brother which we have not met. He's been mentioned, but we haven't met him. So I'm curious if at some point in this book we'll meet him. I mean, it's not super long, but I'm kind of hoping so, because I'm like really enjoying myself. Oh, look how close your face is. Look how big it looks in the camera. You're so close to it today. Eleanor is joining us for this segment because this is where she decided she wanted to sit. And you probably want to see if she was laying down, but for some reason she's fully sitting up. But I have finished the X-Hex here. I am giving this one 4 stars. I really did enjoy myself. My brother did a good job picking this one out. I know we had a complete flop with our first one, so really good. I really like this one. I liked the banter between Vivi and I'm pretty sure it's Rise, isn't it? Yeah. See, the first one had a guy named Rise. This one has a guy named Rise. Apparently this is a very popular name. Who knew? So, I really did enjoy this one. It's making me really look forward to, like, the Kiss Curse has definitely moved up my list of things I want to get read this year. And I really actually kind of want to get it read before the next one that she's writing comes out in, I hear it comes out in October. It's supposed to come out this past October, but I got pushed to this October. So I'm really looking forward to that. In this one, we follow Vivi and Rise after Vivi cursed Rise 9 years prior because he broke her heart. So she cursed him, and when he goes back to the Georgia town, or I was gonna say village, but the Georgia town, when he goes to charge the ley lines, the curse kind of passes from him into the ley lines, and shit kind of happens all over town. And they gotta, like, break the curse, and it turns out because the reason why the curse worked on him is because her ancestor was basically murdered by one of his ancestors, and thus a lovely rivalry was born. And she has to give her blessing for Rise to not die, because apparently if this curse doesn't break, he's gonna die. Which is like, wow. I don't think she was that serious on the curse, but my gosh, she's gonna die, guys. Okay. So, really did enjoy this one. Definitely gonna be a top one for sure. So, my next one I'm picking up, it's over there, so I can't reach it right now without squishing my dog. Is gonna be No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I've heard really good things about her books, and it's really an anticipated 5-star for me. So we are gonna dive into that one next here. Hot minute since I've updated this. I actually started another book, and I was like, hey, before you get too far into it, you should like totally update with what you're reading. You know, be like normal. I took the dust jacket off, and it's over there, and I don't quite feel like. Don't you dare knock my water over. Anyone want a cat? She gets really active at this time of the night. Anyways, the dust jacket is off. This is December of 23's pick, which is No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I've heard a lot of good things about Kate Alice Marshall's books. I mean, I have What Lies in the Woods and I have this one, but I've heard good things. So, what is this one about? Sorry, also disclaimer, I've had a cold the past few days, so, the whole talking thing is not going great right now. But anyways, 14 years ago, the Palmer sisters, Emma, Julia, and Daphne, left their home in Arden Hills and never returned. But when Emma discovers she's pregnant and her husband loses his job, she has no option but to return to the house that she and her estranged sisters still own, and where their parents were murdered. We're off to a great start, you know. Emma has never told anyone what she saw the night her parents died, even when she became the prime suspect. But her presence in the house threatens to uncover secrets that have stayed hidden for years, and the sisters are drawn together once again. As they face their memories of the past, rivalries restart. Connections are forged, and for the first time, Emma starts to ask questions about what really happened that night. The more Emma learns, the more riddles emerge, and Emma begins to wonder just what her siblings will do to keep the past buried, and whether she did the right thing, staying quiet about what was whispered that night. No one can know. So, again, I said I told myself, you need to update before you really get into this book. And it's kind of been slow going. One, I've been, studying for my, national certification exam. But also, I then got sick. And the whole glasses thing, I need my glasses to be able to read. And the cold I have, my glasses it hurt. So, reading was not going well. I could read on my iPad because I can blow the print up on my iPad very much. Not this. I mean, it's not small, but, that hurts my eyes after a while. I can make it out, but, it is not good for prolonged reading. Anyways, we're now, 66% of the way through the book by the time I'm updating this. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I passed. We didn't sneeze. I just thought I was going to. Anyways, we're now a solid 35 chapters in, and this book is doing one of my favorite things. I think I've mentioned it before, but I love when books go from present day to past tense. It's one of my favorite things. And also, this is multiple point of view. I really like books that are in multiple point of view, too. I don't think I mentioned this very much, but I really enjoy when a book is in a multiple point of view. Because now I think we're, piecing all these parts of the puzzle together. And, I really want to hear more from Daphne. Because I think Daphne's habit has the most to hide. But also, Juliet/JJ is hiding a ton as well. So, I really need to know. And also, we've had the murders in the past, but now we also have a current murder that's happening as well. So, I'm very interested. I really didn't want to put this one down tonight, but it's also almost 11 p.m., and I should probably go to bed because I, work tomorrow morning. At 7:30. I have to be there at 7:30. So, I should probably go to bed. But I am, fully enjoying this book. I fully expect that in the next day or so, I'm going to be able to finish this because, I just really don't want to put it down. It is, several days later at this point. I have finished No One Can Know. I'll just start with my rating here. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I really wanted to like this one more because I've heard a lot of good things about Kate Alice Marshall, particularly her other one, In the Woods, I think it is. and I have that one, and I heard good things about it, and then I was intrigued for a while in the book, but then it just like I felt like it got a little too much dragged out, and then a little too predictable, I guess is the word I want to use. Why are you looking at me like that? Did you like the book? I didn't read it out loud, so I don't know how you would heard it. Just don't mind Ellie over here in the corner being a little lurker. You should see the way she's like holding my leg. But it held me intrigued for a while, but then it's just like too much predictability. Like, oh, a little bit of spoilers. Like her husband's cheating on her, and then he's murdered. Well, okay then. I feel like that was a little predictable. I just felt like the book got a little, as I said, predictable for my liking. And I'm not. What I really want to say is too much of a spoiler, so I won't say it. I won't say it, but the person that ends up in prison was very predictable to me. Like, of course they were in on it the entire time. I feel like they have a lot to hide, and I don't think we got that full story, but like, motive for why they did the things they did in the first place is really, I would like to know. But yeah, 3.5 stars, and per my rule, anything below 4-star is going on my Pango. So this will be there. And next, I am going to pick up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I've heard a lot of great things about this one as well. I've heard a lot of good things about Abby Jimenez's books in general. So I'm hoping I like it, because I got another one of hers because it was a finalist for Book of the Year. So let's see. It is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. And let me just say, I'm angry that I started this in the middle of the work week, because I started it last night, and this is how far into it I am. Like, there's the front, and it was like midnight last night. I was so angry that I did that to myself, because like I didn't want to put the book down, but like I had to, because I had to work in the morning, and like it was already midnight, and like, girl, you gotta be up in 6 hours to work, and I don't want to put it down. I even brought it with me to work today, and bit of a spoiler alert here. I think everyone knows this book is romance, but there's a scene where our main male character, Daniel, is taking a dick pic for our main female character, Alexis, and I'm in the middle of the scene. I'm reading this at lunch, and a very pure of heart, innocent older doctor, he asked me, oh, what are you reading? Is it good? And I'm in the middle of this scene, and my brain panicked, and I said, oh, it's like a romance book. It's like a Hallmark movie. Because how am I going to explain that? Please don't look over my shoulder. Oh, please go away. So there was that minor panic moment, but like, it is so good. I love it so much. And really, it kind of is like a Hallmark movie, not gonna lie. Girl from the big city meets a man in a small town. It really is like that, and I'm kind of vibing with it. And we kind of just got to the like attempted third act breakup. So I mean, I feel like there's gonna be an action. I'm just like, at this point I'm kind of getting like the hunch that we're gonna have an actual third act breakup, because like they just had a talk and they didn't. But I have a feeling, like, I don't know, I feel like in the next however many pages, it's gonna like, I feel like she's gonna try to break it off again. You feel me? And I think at this point, Alexa just needs to admit, she just needs to open a private practice in the town, in the small little town. Like, she just needs to open one there. She can do so much good. And like, her experience as an emergency room physician, bonus, because you can handle all those weird farming accidents that are gonna happen. Trust me, I would know. I'm from a small town. There's even a line in this book, it was like the realest thing ever. It was like, it's not even a town, it's a village. That's very realistic to me, because I don't know if you guys know this,
but I live in a very small city. It's like the smallest a city can be and be classified as a city. But where I'm actually from, which is like an hour away, none of us are towns. It's quite literally everything is a village. And I think they said that the population was like 1,000 in the book. I feel like that was thrown out. But like the town I grew up in, for the most part, the population was less than 300. Put that in your guys' mind. Like, so smaller than what he's talking about here, guys. But like, especially because they have like a pharmacy and a drive. Oh my God, we don't got that. I mean, we got like a pharmacy in like a village over, but a movie theater, a drive-in, to go to an actual drive-in, it's like a 45-mile trip. If you want to go to a movie theater, it's like 25. That what? You guys are fancy. I mean, I guess that's what they get for being a tourist town. We're just a farming towns around here, but I'm loving it so much, and I've already decided I'm just gonna end up finishing the rest of it tonight. So there it is. It's like an hour and a half later. I have finished Part of Your World. I would show you the book, but you know the book is actually propping up the camera right now because I was an idiot in that sense. But this is 5 stars. And I'm like really mad I didn't read it sooner because this is amazing. But it does make me happy then that I picked Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez for my extra book for this year. You know, the one after you like get so many book of the month boxes, you get the one free during your birthday month, and then you get the free one, which used to be in December or January, I can't remember, but now it's like in March, which actually works out really well because like my birthday's in September, and then like 6 months later I get another free book. You know, it works out really well. But I'm so happy I got it. Now, that being said, will I get to it anytime soon? I mean, I think we all know my track record with this kind of stuff. So, you know. But, I mean, this is another video down. This has been sitting on my list since Christmas, guys. Did it take me 4 months to do? Yeah. So clearly I'm getting better at reading one a month. But, I'm debating about how to do the next one. So, there will be that. But I really, really did enjoy Part of Your World. Like, I'm so happy right now. I mean, they did have the 3rd act breakup, which I expected. Like, called that a mile away. Like, but she did exactly what I wanted her to do in the end. Like, and they're happy. And that's all I wanted in my life. But, it's getting a little late, and I kind of, like, have to work in the morning, so we're going to get off here, but I have, ideas, like I said, forming for how I'm going to pick my next 4 to read.